Hi everyone. It's Juliana. How you doing? Okay. So I thought it would be a good idea to take some preparedness preparation notes in regards to the Weaving Goddess pattern. Okay. Many moons ago, our dear Christian Ross from formerly from Jewelry Television and creative extraordinaire goddess queen herself. She was so grateful to do this pattern for me. We worked together very closely, and I was so delighted. And so we shared it years ago because in this taping, it's the year 2024. And so I'm pretty sure, just curious if there's a date on here. Oh, it says 2020. So back in 2020, Christian Ross did this for us. And so it was shared around in the Jewel Loom group, and many people made bracelets from the pattern. In fact, if you go into the search bar it's a private Jewel Loom. I think it says actually, I'm so sorry, jewelry making with the Jewel Loom, right? So if you go into that group, you're going to search for goddess pattern. And there are examples of where people shrunk the pattern and it was a very small bracelet. And other people did, bigger pieces because this video is quite big. So here's what I want to tell you. So for instance, when I did the pattern, I did it in 6mm squares, and that's half of the goddess. I know. It's so beautiful. I mean, you can like literally do this pattern in 6mm pieces like this and frame it. Like it's gorgeous. It's just a really, really beautiful piece. And so I've got some, pyramid beads, and then I have the 6mm 2 holes. But this is half of the goddess pattern. Okay. So I was like, I really want to do a kit. I really want to do a kit. And so what I did was I put together the goddess beaded pattern kit. Excuse me. And I made it up with some 11O seed beads. And, you can, like the colors, the rainbow colors here are pretty straightforward. You have your red, your orange, your yellow, your green, your blue, your indigo, and then your purple. And so the colors in the kit are pretty straightforward, right? I've got the red and I've got the orange and I've got the yellow and I have the green. And I have the blue. Is this the blue? Yeah. Is that that's the aqua capri. Yep. So I got the blue. And then there's two colors that it's so hard to differentiate the indigo. Like if you're painting, you got a little bit more power to make that happen. But with the seed beads, it's a little bit more challenging. So there's also a hot pink in your kit. And I just thought, well, have fun. Kind of like right in the big part right here, you could do the hot pink. These yellow lines and all of the white, I thought, well, that would be really cool to do the black diamond, and which other color was I thinking here? Hold on. Trying to pick out colors when they're not in front of you. The amethyst was what I chose for the purple. So make note of that. Purple equals transparent rainbow frosted amethyst. Okay. So if you're going to do purple, that's that one. And this one is the rosaline. I can't see that word. The purple lined. So hold on. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. There's like 11 colors. I just went crazy because they were all so pretty. And then this is the cobalt. So this is the blue. This would be like part of the blue, except for that I did put the turquoise in there to like do the body. I mean, honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with how you choose to use the 11 colors that I put in your kit. They all spoke to me. I think they're all absolutely gorgeous. And so if you're following the pattern, again, my thought was, okay, well, let's outline it with the black diamond. And then amongst all these beautiful hues of purple, you could do where all this white is. And then the turquoise blue, right, for her body. And then again, with, the boxes, you could do like the rainbow colors, which are really straightforward. Now, this is 18 across. So the interesting thing about 18 across is, and this is why I included the wood button. So my process is going to be to warp the small. Currently, I'm going to use the small Wisdom Warrior. I might use the original Jewel Loom. I have a feeling I'm going to use the original Jewel Loom. You want to know why? Because I have a feeling this is going to be quite a process, and I'm going to have to, like, I might be out here in the studio working on her, and then I'm going to have to take her to the bedroom. So I'm going to want my original Jewel Loom, the blue one, for portability. And not that the small Wisdom Warrior weighs a ton, but it's wood. So I think I'm probably going to use the original Jewel Loom. And so, yeah, so I'm going to warp with 0.5 millimeter HempCord. I'm going to use Wildfire, of course. I'll probably use like maybe the blue Wildfire. This is like a really pretty burgundy, by the way. And the Jewel Loom needle. It's going to be interesting, I'm not going to lie, to warp with the 0.5 and to use 11 O's. It might be more fun than humans are allowed to have. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know, but we're going to find out. Because I want to do that, because I want to use the wood button. I want to use the technique where I can tie the warps and thread a button. And the reason being is that 18 rows across with the 11 O's is bigger than 20 millimeters for the slide connector. And it's actually 26 millimeters. So it's bigger, it's wider. And when I brought out the 30 some inch ribbon crimp, it was too big. So I was like, well, shucks, I really want to go 18 across and see what happens. So that's what I'm going to do. Original Jewel Loom, 0.5 millimeter HempCord, the kit, the Jewel Loom needle, color of choice for the Wildfire thread, and the Goddess bead kit that has 11 colors. Now, could I take this down to 14 rows? And then I would be able to use a 26 millimeter slide. Okay. Because what happens is I'm going to take away the yellow line. I'm going to take away the first white line, and that's going to squeeze it into 14 across. So there's so many different variations. And when you get your kit, you're going to email me so I can send you the pattern. I did find some other notes from Christian, and I'm going to include those. All right. So this is just going to be one of those. This is just going to be one of those exercises where we're going to play around. But to keep it simple, you know what I'm going to do? You know that if you take away 4 rows, the yellow row and one of the white rows, then you'll have 14 seed beads across, and that's going to be 26 millimeter slide connector. And that's, you know, am I saying the right size? Hold on 1 second here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 26 mil. So this is a 20 millimeter. This is the chevron. This is another kit. Okay. And this is a slide connector in case you don't know. And it just slides over 1 row of the seed beads. So if you were to take the goddess pattern and you brought her in for 4 rows so that she's not 18 across but 14 across, you could use a 26 millimeter slide connector. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different tubes. When they all showed up, I was like, And Jules, what did you think you were going to do? Where are all those colors going to go? But in my head, I could see that it would be really beautiful. You know, I think that the body of the goddess is pretty cut and clear, right? We know that. We know we're going to do the turquoise blue. We know we're going to give like her little lower belly here a hot pinkness. And then we just follow the rainbow colors. And then I included, like I said, you know, 2 more colors if you wanted to do the full pattern. I say do it, you know what I mean? I say do it both ways. The more I look at this, I'm like, gosh, it's so beautiful with the 6 millimeter beads too. That was quite the project. Really cool. Yeah, let's see which way would, it's kind of hard. Let's see, maybe this way. I mean, if you do it this way, then it's kind of sneaky too. Because it's like somebody could look at it and go, God, that's super rad. And you would just be like in your mind, like, yeah, it's my goddess. Don't mess with her. Don't touch the arm. All right. I really hope that helps. It's a really cool, heartfelt pattern. I mean, you know, Christian is just an incredible human. Yeah. So you would do 15 warps if you're going to do 14 beads across. And again, all you'd have to do is get rid of the yellow line and then one of the white lines. And you could still use all the colors that I put in your kit. This black diamond is just so powerful. And I just was envisioning that she would be like, have like this line of protection with this beautiful black diamond, you know, going around her. I'm like looking at the pattern. I mean, there's so many opportunities. There's a lot of different fun opportunities with this pattern. So I am going to, I have a couple other projects that I must work on. And then I definitely am going to come back. But if you don't have a kit, you can order your kit at jewelloom.com under bead kits, and I'll get that out to you. And again, when you do get it, just email me at jules@jewelloom.com and say, hey girl, I need my goddess pattern. And I'll shoot that right over to you. And get prepared. And I guess just start thinking about what it is that you want to do. Like which direction out of what I just shared with you do you want to go? If you're just beginning, here's my thought. Here's my thought for you. If you're just like, Jules, I haven't done this and this looks really intense. So I would say take the 2 rows on the side away. Okay, so take 2 rows on each side away. That's going to give you 14 across. And I would say do the 26 millimeter slide connector. That's going to be the most easy thing to do. Or you can see if you can find a clasp, you know, that would, because I couldn't find one. That's how come I went this direction. But you got options. You totally got options. She can end up, I think she ends up being like maybe like that. She's a little boo-boo. So she could be a pendant. So you'll have enough beads to do a few pendants. Oh, I think somebody should try a ring. Because well, that'd be pretty rad. But do you remember back in the day when we wore those? Do you remember those long rings? I think you know what I'm talking about. And usually they'd be like a gemstone or something, and they'd be really long. But if this is 11 rows across, then you would be adding like 3. But how cool would that be to have a goddess ring? Even the chevron ring is pretty bitchin'. Okay, lots of opportunity. So I had a couple questions about that, and I just thought sometimes it's just easier for me to communicate via video so that I can really express where I'm coming from and what my intentions were and what I want for you, and hopefully I'm serving you best. And yeah, I say do that, and then holy guacamole. If I could have people interested in the 6mm, I might source this out. Just saying, because it's really rad. I forgot how stinking cool it was. I feel like she needs to be in a frame. Oh, that would be bitchin'. Oh my heck, right? Like you could do on the large wisdom warrior. What if you did like a really rad choker or a hat band? She's like, you're pushing it, Jules. All right, I'm going to let you go. Let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully this gave you enough creative juice to at least take your notes and get started. And as usual, you can reach out and let me know if you need anything else before we kind of get into the nuts and bolts of it. So have a blessed day. Thank you very, very much.